Hi guys, a very warm welcome back to Cup of Cozy. We're so excited for today's episode. We've got so much to talk about. Coming up, we're going to be talking all things in-laws, boundaries, all the ins and outs. It's a difficult topic and a difficult conversation, but we're really excited to delve into the deep in that one. And Emma, what kind of week have you had?
Well, I actually think now we're going into winter almost, aren't we?
Yeah,
It's like
it's
autumn
mad.
going into winter, rapid. And I think even like bedtimes with the kids, it's dark early now. So I'm like,
That's a bit
here
of
we
a silver
go.
lining
I
though, isn't
know,
it?
and it's darker in the morning, so I know it's
Yeah,
obviously bad in general for like waking up and it's dark, but it's helping with the bedtimes. And we're
definitely.
prepping for Halloween. Are you?
Oh
This will
my
be.
God.
Is this your first Halloween as a mum? Or
It's first Halloween as a mum,
yeah.
but Reva's birthday is the 9th of November. So we're on that
Oh.
chit chat at the moment because obviously, you know what it's like on social media. I've got this overwhelm of pressure to do
Oh.
an all singing, all dancing birthday
Yes.
party. She doesn't even know what a birthday is.
No,
She's one
not when they
nearly.
want. It's
And I'm not doing it. And
it's for the mum. It's for the
it's
mum.
for the mum. But you
The
know
first.
what? I think it is for the mum and the dad, but there's other ways you can do that. I'm
Yeah.
so I know it is controversial because so many people spend so much money on parties and stuff like that for the first birthdays. I am just it's a no from me.
I think a lot of people agree with that, though.
Do
I
you?
actually think so many
See,
people
because I
do.
feel like nobody does. I feel like everybody wants to have this all singing, all dancing
Yeah, well, you'll
party,
see that on
but
social
I just don't
media.
agree.
Yeah, the small well, it's a small snippet really of how big it gets for the first. And that's why I asked you, is it your first time as a mum of Halloween? Because I remember when it was mine with my little girl, and people was like, "Are you going to take her out trick or treating?" I was like, I think she was
No.
about, was she 9 months old for the first
What?
Halloween? I was like, no, it's okay. She'll be at home.
Well, you know, another thing as well, and this is controversial, and because I've got family members and friends who do this, the pumpkin patch.
Oh, yeah. That's
Why would you
everywhere,
take a
man.
baby to a pumpkin patch? My daughter does not know what a pumpkin is and wouldn't know what a pumpkin was if it's landed on her head, honestly. And
Yeah,
I just don't get it because it must be for social media. It must be.
it must
It
be.
can't be for the
Yeah.
welfare and happiness of the child.
It is not
Surely not.
it's not that fun for the mum and dad either. Mine are 4 and 2 now, and mine loved it this year.
Different.
Last
They're
year,
older.
my little boy hadn't long been walking, I don't think, I can't remember, but he was kicking the pumpkins thinking they were footballs, so that was stressful. This was the first year where it was fun for all of us,
Did it
and
go
that's
well?
4 and 2. It went really well, yeah, but we went like a week or 2 ago, so it was quite early, so we got small pumpkins because by the time Halloween comes, they've rotted, once you've carved them. So we
Yeah.
just picked up a few small ones and, just had the fun experience the day out. We went to a really nice farm, but, we will order some big ones in our supermarket food shop
Yeah.
to carve nearer the time.
Love it. Amazing. Well, I was watching Molly-Mae's vlog. I think everyone's going to think I'm obsessed with Molly-Mae. I do
I think
love
most people are in general.
Molly-Mae, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But on her vlog, most recent one, she took Bambi, her and Tommy took Bambi to the Dun and Massey pumpkin patch.
Oh,
But Bambi's
that's a
like
big one.
3, I think.
Yeah,
Is
she's
she
older than my little
3?
boy, and he's nearly 3,
So
so
it's
she
kind
will
of
be
like
3,
that's
yeah.
perfect. So she was
Yeah.
excited. She was getting in and out of the wheelbarrows and all that
Oh,
on the vlog. And
yeah,
I'm like,
perfect
this is
age.
amazing. But she was doing on that subject, she was doing the vlog because she'd been pressured, according to Instagram. She'd been pressured by loads of people who watch her vlogs that it's been months since she last did a vlog. Now she's been doing this documentary that's coming out, which I cannot wait. You know, the Behind It All
Yes, the
documentary.
Netflix series 2, is it?
Amazon
Oh,
Prime.
Amazon, sorry,
Yeah,
Amazon
yeah, I
Prime
know.
series.
God. But yeah, so she's not been doing the vlog because obviously she's been filming that. But people are pressuring her, going like,
Ah,
super fans are going,
yeah.
"Where's the vlog? Where's the
Yeah.
vlog?" And she's had to come back on the vlog and say, "I'm really sorry, I've just not had time," because
Yeah.
it's really tricky, isn't it? And I mean, she's Molly-Mae, so I appreciate she might have other help. We had some comments, didn't we, saying she has help that other people don't, and I
Yes,
appreciate that.
yeah.
But
Nannies.
that's still tricky to do, is to film a
Yeah.
documentary, which is a real life thing.
People are expecting, well, it's her job to provide their weekly entertainment, and in one way, of course they're going to say it because they've been watching. I don't know how often does she release a vlog? Is it
Every
like,
month, I think,
oh, is
or
it
every
is
few weeks.
ah, okay, yeah, but so they're used to it. So when
Yeah,
it's not there, they're like, well, this is what you have fed us for ages. Like, where
yeah,
is it? We need it. I mean, in one way, it just shows how much people are loving her content.
totally. No, it's so true. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's been my week. What's it been like for
um,
you other than
I mean,
Halloween?
yeah, just prepping for the Halloween. I did something stuck in my head actually from because I'm always with my line of work. Obviously, I run mum events, so I'm always looking at like new mums and how they're getting on because these are the conversations that go down when I
Yeah,
do my mum meetups. And I was talking to one of the mums about Claudia Fogarty, who's just
yeah.
had a little girl, and I
I
think
saw
it
her
was
story.
only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. So what's
And
what's happened?
I literally had to screenshot it because I think she'd only had the baby for like 2 weeks, and already she was calling out the mum police on Instagram because
So
she'd
what's this in?
shared some. Now I don't know exactly what it was, but she'd
Okay.
shared some pictures of like where the little girl was sleeping and like what she was doing. And she said that she's had so many people just message her to say their opinions on what she's doing right and wrong.
You're
I mean,
kidding.
mainly wrong. That's what like the mum police
What
like
is
to do.
wrong with people,
And
Emma?
I thought,
Honestly.
this is someone I followed for a long time. Claudia was in Love Island and I've kind of followed her
Yeah.
since then. So this is a switch of her content since becoming a new mum. And this must be such a shock to her for all these years of like sharing her life, and now she's sharing motherhood, and she's got mum police just telling her what she's
And
doing
you know
wrong.
what? I bet you any money it's the same people who followed her when she was doing like the party
Oh yeah,
style
yeah, yeah,
content. They'll have happily followed that, but now she's a
yeah.
mum.
They
It'll
like
be
to
the
tell
same
her what.
people. I
Yeah,
bet. I bet it is the same
yeah, but
people.
like to tell her what she's doing wrong because it's like this theme with mum police. There's always people that know more than you, that know right, and they just love to hide behind an Instagram account to tell you if you're doing something wrong.
Totally. So
Um,
what did she say on the story?
she said that something along the lines of like, I'm just like basically sharing my 2 week baby bubble or newborn bubble or something like that. And then, I've had an influx of messages from people telling me what I've done wrong, and just started to say it. She did touch on what it was. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like where the baby was sleeping or what. I can't remember exactly what it is. I'll have to look back on it. Um, but I mean, me watching her stories, that the only thing that I could like pull out from it other than like obviously congrats new mama, like what an amazing new world she's
Yeah,
entering
yeah.
into and how gorgeous the little baby is. I noticed like on all the stories, and she openly thanked her mum and her sister for all the support like she could not have got
Well, had
through.
they been living? Were they sort of living
Yeah,
with her?
so
Because I follow
some
Danielle Fogarty
yeah.
as well, who I love, and she posted a few things saying like she's been spending time
Yeah,
there at the
she
house,
had
so helping them.
their support, like,
Yeah,
it
it's
looked like
amazing.
pretty much every day, and she did say, "I couldn't have done these first 2 weeks without them," and, like, for me, oh, like, I read that and it pings, like, my heart goes because, I
Really?
mean, my first was a lockdown, so obviously it was completely different, but even with my second, I don't have that, and, like,
But it
I
takes a
just
village.
it
Like, I
does.
don't think it's
I am
physically
s
possible. I don't know how you
No,
would
but
do
I am
that.
so jealous of people that do have it, and, like, not in a bad way, like, I just look at it, I'm like, "That is, like, so nice." Imagine those first 2 weeks when you're absolutely drowning, and you've got your mum and your sister, like, practically living with you.
Yeah.
How amazing. You don't even I mean, I don't know, I'm assuming they've been, like, making her cups of teas and things. Imagine having that.
Yeah. Well, to
Um,
be honest, I was saying to my husband and I, we were on renovation number 4 when I was pregnant. Why does this happen all the time with people? But
Rather you than me coming from a new build.
goodness me. So we were actually doing up our house that we're in now, and we're living with my mum and dad. And bearing in mind, I've not lived at home for 10 years, maybe even 15 years, trying to figure out the time. And having the baby there at my mum and dad's house had its pros and cons. So my mum was an incredible help. She did all the washing, she cooked,
So
she
was
did
this from day one?
from day
When you
one of
came out of the
Reva,
hospital, you've got
brought her back to
your
my mum and
mum
dad's,
and dad
which
there.
upset me at the start as well because I wanted this whole take them home and it's going to be that bubble thing,
There's
which we
something
didn't get.
about your own space, your own house when
Well,
you've
I'm
come out
glad
of
you said the word
hospital.
space
Yeah.
because we just didn't get any space.
So it was a
So
lot.
it was very, very intense. It was obviously you've got to remember it's a new world for the mums and dads as grandparents as well. So it was like
Yeah.
this dynamic change where they've never experienced it. Reva's their first granddaughter. Um, Stress levels were heightened. My hormones, sleep deprivation, trying to do the right thing. It brought back some trauma for my mum. Like because the
Mhm.
new mum trauma
Mhm.
that brought that back. There was so much, and to the point where I wish I, in a weird way, had what you
Yeah.
had, where I
The
actually didn't have anyone around. Like I would
yeah.
have loved just me, Luke, and Reva at
We
home.
need to rewind you into the lockdown
It's
days and
funny,
and
yeah,
plonk you
isn't it
there for
funny?
like,
Because
here we
you're
go.
looking, going, I
Yeah.
can't. I'd love to have the help, and
Yeah.
we did get the help, but alongside that, the price we paid was too intense.
Too intense,
Too
too much.
intense. Yeah.
There is a thing though, isn't there, with like you come home from hospital, you go home and you're in your own space
Yeah.
with you, the baby's dad, the the
Yeah.
baby, and this is page one of the new chapter.
Yeah.
And there is something about that. So that I do agree with.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had that. I think it's the extent when I can't help this feeling I have when I look at people's social media and I just see all that help there. And I mean,
I
it's
get
not to
that.
say like I'm not coming from a place where I'm saying nobody wanted to help us. We're in that situation where me and my husband moved to a town in the middle of where we're both from. So we made that decision to
And
live.
how far's the difference? Like in
So it's an hour from
journeys?
my mum and
Right.
dad, maybe over an hour. It's a little bit nearer to his mum and dad, but on both sides, there's like problems. Like my mum is top end of 70s, turning 80. She can't get to mine to help. My husband's side they've had health problems and issues where they can no longer drive or come to us. So that was wiped. So they would love to help if situations were different, but they can't. And obviously from where we chose to live makes that even harder.
Yeah.
So I have that on me a bit as well. Like, did I ask for this like kind of emptiness when I'm turning around for help? Because if we chose to live nearer one of them, it might have helped a
Well,
little bit.
did you think about that when you were, or not even think about it? Did anyone warn you? Because that's another thing that nobody said to me. Everyone just said how wonderful it'll be to move in with your mum and dad with a baby.
I
Nobody said,
watched.
just to let you know, there's a chance that this could be
Yeah,
complete overload.
not really. No, I did watch my sister do it, living so close to her husband's family, and I did see like the support she had. So I saw that nice side of it and knew I wouldn't be getting that.
Mm.
But maybe I just stupidly thought that people would find loads of ways to come around it and
Yeah.
people are just there. But luckily, I am fortunate that I have a lot of friends around. So the family that I can't get to come, oh, I really need someone to like watch the baby whilst I have a hot shower. Half an hour, can you come round? Whereas I
Yeah.
haven't got that with family. I do have a big friendship support
Amazing.
in the area, which is like, that's just worth its weight in gold.
Isn't it?
But there is this, I mean, I feel like I'm coming at it from a different angle. So the whole thing with like in-laws and parent help, like what you just touched on, I think in general, people say there's a line
Yeah.
that they don't like people overstepping. Where I'm coming from, like I'm like, overstep my line,
Yeah. Isn't
just
it
come
funny?
into my space.
Yeah.
Like
So
there is
you're actually not thinking about the boundaries at this stage. You're
no,
like,
because
come
I'm
over
too
the
far.
boundary.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
far from the boundary at the moment.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody wave your hands to help. That's
Yeah.
like where I come from. But I'm saying that because I've not been in it. I've
Yeah.
not been in the situation that you were in.
No.
So if I was, I might be like, whoa, this is
Well, I think the
overbearing.
difference is that my mum and dad didn't overstep a boundary. We went into their
Oh, well,
boundary.
yeah,
We
you
were
living
in
in
there
their
and they were doing us a
house.
favour. So
Yeah.
for us, it was kind of like really, really on eggshells because they're doing you a favour, but we're not enjoying it. So it's like that hard thing between being disrespectful for them because they've done us a huge favour, but also this is a new thing for me and my husband. Like, we don't know what it's like to have a newborn. It's such a strange journey. And it would have been nice to have our own space. And then if people want to come and help, feel free.
Yeah.
But then, is that asking too much? Is that, like you said, you didn't even have that?
No, I know. And I always remember before I had kids, I had a friend who had a little boy and it always stuck in my head. We met up with the baby and she moaned for so long,
Really?
saying when they take the baby to their in-laws or the in-laws are coming round, which was all the time. I just remember this example she gave me that when it was time for nappy change, she'd be there with a wipe and the mother-in-law would be there with a wipe. There was two hands with wipes. Then
Too
there'd
many
be the poo
wipes.
bag waving and she'd just be like, I want to change the nappy on my own.
Yeah.
And then the same with feeding. She'd put him in a high chair. She'd be there with a spoon and there'd be another spoon. And she said it was hell. And as she was telling me this, in my mind, I was just thinking like, isn't this great though? Like
I'd
having
love
help.
another wipe or another
Like,
spoon.
I would love someone to hold that poo
Yeah.
bag. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I even when she said that and I didn't have kids, I remember thinking, oh,
Yeah.
I think I would just love that. But again, like I'm coming from a place where I haven't done it. So like I can imagine you just want these moments for you and like step back
Yeah.
to people. But how do you say it? How would you even say it? Like, did you ever
Well,
say,
I think the only thing that I'm really lucky because my husband, he sort of deals with anything with his parents. So like anything boundary wise, he will deal with that. And then me the same with my mum and dad. But I've never had to, other than the initial newborn stage of living with them, which created a lot of issues. It was just too
Yeah, I
intense.
can imagine, yeah.
At that point, I think they knew that we wanted space. Well, my mum's really good at reading the room, so she knew that we wanted space. And from that point, it was like a gradual thing. And thankfully, the house was being done. So we didn't have to have a conversation as such. They knew the boundaries
Yeah,
and they knew it was crossed
they
over the
knew.
line. They just knew. We
Yeah,
all
without
knew.
having to verbalize it, because that's awkward. I always think as well, like there's such a focus on like families and that your mum and dad, the in-laws, like sisters and things. But because we've never really been able to rely on that, like from both ours being little, I've had, like I mentioned before, my friendship circle
Yeah.
and the mum friends I have become like a family. But one thing as well that I find is like, is this awkward? I'll happily sit there and have a moan to them, and I'll say, me and my husband, we can't go out on a Saturday
Yeah.
because we haven't got family. Like our families, they're not here to come to us and just be like, yeah, you go out, we'll have a sleepover with them, we'll watch them here. Like it doesn't work like that. So I'll have the moan, and then automatically my friends will say, just tell us,
I
and
know.
we'll come round. You two go out. We'll come and we'll bring our little one too, and we'll watch them when you go out. And sometimes I think, how much of that is just being kind and polite? Or if I then turned around the following week and said, actually, you know what you said? Next week we really do want to
We
go
want to
out
go
for a meal
out.
and drinks. Are you all right to come round and have sleepover with
Yeah.
my kids?
Is that overstepping the
Yeah.
line?
Would they then be like, oh shit, I didn't actually think she was going to ask me?
Yeah.
So then you've got that. Or like, but
Yeah.
then I don't want to be rude also by not taking it up. And
Because you don't
that's
want them to think that you don't trust them.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's
like,
really, really complex, isn't it?
so it's also like a friend boundary as
Yeah.
well.
No, it's everything, isn't it? Because you've got
Yeah.
friends who want to help and then friends who don't, but then family members who want to help too much. I mean, it's about getting the balance, which
It
I
is,
think is
isn't it?
really, really difficult.
Yeah. One thing
Um,
that I always notice as well, like with having a child in nursery and a child in school, is when you see grandparents doing the pickups.
Yeah.
And I think, and I don't know if that's what route you're going to go down, because I know
Yeah.
that you have yours like nearby. I get that again, like how nice is that for my children to have a change from my face being there at the
100%.
door?
I agree.
How nice for grandma to be there and nanny
Yeah.
to be able to pick them up. And like I said before, we can't, like with health issues on one side, and then mine live far away, and my dad doesn't particularly like doing long drives either. It's a long motorway drive for him, and he's older now, so it's not what he wants to do.
But like you're saying, is it nice for the kids? Because I can imagine Reba
yeah,
coming out of school looking at me
yeah.
going, oh, it's her again.
Yeah, I think how
Oh, there
when
she is
yeah, when I
again.
see it,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at that, like
I
grandma and
know.
granddad have come to pick them up. How nice it is for the kids,
Yeah.
and how nice it is for a break for us.
Yeah.
That's something that I feel weekly, really. on
Totally.
my,
Well, it's just one of the many mum battles, isn't it? Should we move on to some cozy confessions?
yes,
Because to be honest, you've had a couple sent through to you, haven't
I
you?
have, yeah. I've had one of my own, which I'm not going to talk about too long because it triggers the hell out of me.
Oh, no,
So
no.
again, with my little boy, can't get him to listen to me. Basically, that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Won't listen. Was insistent on going to the nursery in Crocs. When the Crocs are too big for him because he's got really slim feet. Anyway, he darts to the nursery door, falls over and chips his tooth. So he's got
Oh my
he's got a
God.
chipped front tooth and he looks like a fug.
Does he look like a
And
hillbilly
yeah,
child?
it's a real. It's not just a crack. It's a full chip out of his front tooth, and I'm just like, I know he's not allowed to run in them Crocs because they don't fit him properly. I shouldn't have sent him to nursery in the winter.
But
in
he was having a
Crocs.
tantrum about them, no doubt.
He just
so
wouldn't take them off, and I thought I'm
arguing
not
today.
sorting out that battle this morning. So anyway, that's me with my own fail.
Oh my God, it's not a fail. I feel like that's going to be the case going forward. I feel like a lot of celebrities as well who are mums just let the kids, and I'm going to do this with Reva as she gets older, just let the kids wear what they want, do what they want. And then when it goes pear-shaped, you've got to just roll with it because you can't battle everything, can you? Like,
No.
how can you battle everything? You've got
No.
to just pick
Yeah.
one thing.
I know, and that was mine that I didn't decide. I decided not to fight that battle this morning, and now here's a chipped tooth until that tooth comes out. I don't know how old they are. Are they about 6 when they start
Yeah.
falling out? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I did have a lovely lady message me because I will be doing lots of shout outs about cozy confessions as we do on this show. Any mums who want to send in their, I like to call it
Yeah, let
motherhood.
us know.
Yeah, motherhood bloopers, but obviously they're not bloopers. It's just us surviving, isn't it? So a lovely lady sent me a message and she's absolutely fine with me naming her boy in this. So for context, Ruben is 6 years old and he is wheelchair user. So we all went trick-or-treating with his little friends, and all of a sudden he started shouting, "Ooh, ooh, I have something on my hands." And obviously bear in mind it's trick-or-treating, so
So
it's
it's
dark.
dark, yeah.
Um, yeah, I've got something on my hands. And then they found out that he had dog poo all over the wheels of his wheelchair and then all over his hands.
Oh, no.
So they rushed back home, having to cut his trick-or-treating night short. Anyway, they got outside their home and she told her husband to go inside to get wipes, cleaning products, cloths, etc. Whilst I got Ruben out, as we couldn't go inside our home like that. Obviously, couldn't go bring in the wheelchair
dog
and all
pooing.
the dog pooey hands inside. Anyway, I put Ruben's trick-or-treat bucket full of treats on the floor and carried on cleaning Ruben. And then my husband took Ruben inside and I stayed outside cleaning the wheelchair. Anyway, when I finished cleaning, I took the wheelchair inside, went to wash my hands and disinfect everything. I saw some kids coming up the ramp, but then left and didn't think much of it, and then went. Then my heart sunk as I realised that because she'd left Ruben's bucket full of sweets outside, the kids assumed, so the trick-or-treater kids assumed that was just a bucket out there for them to help themselves. So when she ran out, the bucket just had
gone.
no sweets left. And
Oh,
then
they left the bucket, did they?
and just left the bucket.
Left the bucket, took the sweets.
And poor Ruben was absolutely devastated and crying and saying, "Oh, my hard work is just all gone from him doing trick-or-treating."
No.
She did say that she felt like the worst mum in the world, which is absolutely not. And I know this mum, and she's absolutely amazing. And their friend ended up giving him a fiver to stop him from screaming the house down. But £5 note for a child, a bucket of sweets.
Which
they
one?
want the bucket
They
of
want the
sweets.
sweets.
But bless her, when she said that. And also, it's just something that you don't think about daily as well. Like when it's dark in a wheelchair and dog poo. That's something that we don't all think about.
Well, I think about dog poo in the light, let alone in the dark.
I know.
Thinking about dog poo on the shoes, that's a whole other thing because it doesn't actually go, does it? You can use, and she said her husband was bringing out all the disinfectant. That just doesn't get rid of it, does it?
Oh no!
Oh,
So
my
it's thank you so much for that confession, because it shines things in a different light for us, realizing that this is this little boy's trick or treating, and as a mum, you're just going to feel horrendous for that, but this is life, these things.
And I
these things
feel like it
happen.
always happens to mums as
Oh,
well.
it's always when the
Like,
mum's in
it's
charge.
always
yeah.
when the mum's in
Yeah,
charge
we
that
feel
these types of
guilty.
things
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, if you are watching and you've got any cozy confessions of the week, let us know. In fact, if anything, the juicier the better.
Are you telling me you've gotten on this week?
I've got none. I've got no
right.
confessions.
Next time it's over to you.
Yeah, I feel like though next time I'm going to end up with 3 or 4. Like
Yeah.
come along like buses, don't they? These
I'll try and have
bloopers.
none.
Yeah,
And
you try have none and I'll have loads of them. But yeah, please comment, like, subscribe to the pod. Anything that you want to say, please leave as a comment below of your confessions. We want to hear them all. We want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, really, don't we?
We do, yeah. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining us today, and come back and listen soon.